Welcome to Ash Wrestling Report. Hey guys, this is Ash and I am here to give you a preview of Elimination Chamber match card. Also, I'm going to try to predict who's gonna win the match and what all things can happen in Elimination Chamber. There are only 4 matches in this year's Elimination Chamber, and also we've got a special 7-man Elimination Chamber match. So that's the first time ever match, because usually Elimination Chamber has only 6 participants. So I'll start off with Asuka versus Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax will lose, but again, in building up this match, Nia Jax will get good exposure, and as always, Asuka's gonna keep her undefeated streak alive. So at WrestleMania, who will Asuka face for Women's Championship? Well, to know that, you should watch the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match. Oh yeah, that's special too. Usually women's match doesn't happen in a chamber, but this time it's happening. So we've got 2 special matches happening this year's chamber. So who's gonna win in that match? The competitors are Sasha Banks, Bayley, Dana Brooke, and then we've got Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, and finally the 6th woman is our champion Alexa Bliss. I think Alexa Bliss is going to retain, and Bayley and Sasha, one of them is going to pin the other and their friendship will break. I think it will lead to a Sasha Banks heel turn at WrestleMania, culminating in a gimmick match between Bayley and Sasha Banks. Just like we had Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn last year. So I think Alexa Bliss will retain it, even though she doesn't seem to have the odds of winning the match. We also have Mickie James, I forgot to mention her name. So Alexa Bliss will retain the Women's Championship and go on Raw Women's Championship and go on to face Asuka at WrestleMania. What will happen in that match? Well, WrestleMania is a month away. I'll tell you on WrestleMania predictions. Next up, we have only one men's match, singles match, and that is between Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy. This is quite an interesting rivalry, even though we've seen Bray Wyatt facing Finn Balor, Roman Reigns and many others. This rivalry isn't that boring. I mean, when Bray and Finn were playing games against each other, it got a little bit boring at times, but Hardy and Wyatt, I like it. So last time at Royal Rumble, Bray Wyatt won it. I think this time Woken Matt Hardy is going to show what it means to be awake. So I will go with Hardy. Woken Matt Hardy is going to win this one. And next up we have the big one, the main event, 7-man Elimination Chamber match. We've got competitors lined up: John Cena, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Elias, The Miz, and last but not the least, Finn Balor. Okay, so first I'm gonna talk about who is not gonna win this match. Easy pick, Elias. Yes, Elias holds no chance of winning this match, but he's got a really interesting character, and he does a really good job with his guitar. Reminiscence of good old country singer, gimmick player Jeff Jarrett, who's going to be inducted in this year's Hall of Fame. So Elias is not winning. Elias will be pinned. I don't think he's eliminating anyone. Next up we have The Miz, our Intercontinental Champion. So I'm sure you must have heard that The Miz has been signed for a 4-year extension deal by WWE. That means he'll be pushed. And Miz has shown great improvement over the last 1 year with his microphone as well as his in-ring too. So the Miz will look strong, probably pick an elimination or two. Even if the Miz doesn't get an elimination, it won't affect his overness. He's well over with the crowd, so Miz won't be a threat even if he gets eliminated without scoring any elimination. Next we have Finn Balor. I don't see Finn Balor winning this, but even though if he wins it's going to be interesting because Finn Balor hasn't got his chance at the Universal title since he lost it, since he had to vacate it because of an injury. So Balor never got his rematch, and if he wins this, it's going to be interesting. Beast versus Demon. But since Vince McMahon thinks that Finn Balor won't look good against the Beast, AJ Styles did look good. I'm not sure Balor would look good because the Beast looks big and Balor looks small. He's less than 200 pounds, so I don't see it making the main event of WrestleMania. Nor does Vince, I think. So Finn Balor might either eliminate The Miz or Elias and will be eliminated by someone. Next up, I'll talk about John Cena. John Cena has a bigger stake of winning this match than most because he's already a 16-time champion, and if he wins, he'll go on to face Brock Lesnar. And there's a bigger stake there because if he wins that match, he'll be record 17-time world champion, and that is a big honor. He'll break Ric Flair's record. He's already equaled it, as we know. But I think that John Cena is not going to win because he was already pinned by Rollins this Monday night. So if they wanted John Cena to win, they would have made him look a bit strong at least. So I think John Cena will lose, or John Cena's chance will be costed by The Undertaker. Ha ha ha, the dead man is lurking in the background, and we'll get to see Undertaker vs John Cena at WrestleMania. That's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Next up we have Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, what an impressive show. He stole the show this week on this week's Raw. However, I don't see him winning either. Even though it's going to be interesting to see Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. They've already faced off and Brock totally squashed out Seth Rollins. But this time Seth Rollins is stronger. Seth Rollins is the King Slayer. Seth Rollins is going to burn it down if he faces Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania main event. But since he pinned Roman Reigns, even though it was a schoolboy pin, I think Roman Reigns is going to eliminate Seth Rollins at the Chamber. And we have Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is my favorite for winning the Elimination Chamber. He's already faced the Beast once and totally dominated him, and will dominate again. And Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar looks really impressive as a WrestleMania main event card. However, Braun's already lost to Brock, so I don't think they're gonna make Braun face Brock again. But if this happens, the crowd is gonna absolutely love it because the crowd is really enjoying Braun Strowman's momentum. Braun Strowman's awareness is rising show after show, and the monster is turning out to be really fun guy with the crowd. But however, since this Braun versus Brock has already happened once, I don't think it's gonna be a rematch. But next we have Roman, and we know that Roman versus Brock happened once before, but it didn't have a conclusive result because Rollins ended up cashing in and becoming the champion. So this time, I believe we'll have a conclusive result. So yes, the guy who has got the greatest chance of winning this Elimination Chamber, 7-man chamber, is Roman Reigns. Next up is Braun Strowman, but so Roman Reigns He's going to win it and go on to main event WrestleMania for the 4th consecutive year. I guess so. I'm not sure if he's going to defeat Brock Lesnar, because there's been rumors that Brock Lesnar will break CM Punk's championship record of 434 days. So probably Roman will end up losing at WrestleMania, even though it's going to be Brock versus Roman at WrestleMania, because both men have defeated Undertaker and both men deserve to face off once and give the match a clean finish. But let me remind you, if Roman Reigns wins, the crowd is gonna riot, like totally, because he's already getting a lot of boost. Even though when he was with the Shield, the people cheered him, but now that he's moved away from the Shield, he's getting booed louder and louder every show. So I think the wiser thing is to go with Brock at WrestleMania. Nonetheless, Roman's winning this one. That's what I think will happen. But hey, you heard all the predictions. Don't miss the show. It's coming on 25th of February. So, thank you for listening, guys.